Hi Caroline, this is concept 2 for Summerlee Pantry. It's the same sorts of equipment as you had in your version, except I've moved the fridge over into this far corner. If the fridge is hinged on the left, this is the ideal layout. If the fridge is hinged on the right, most fridges can be converted. It's worth looking at that. Otherwise, just mirror this room. If the fridge is hinged on the right, have the fridge over on the right hand side. This is using gliding baskets as you showed in your drawing. I'll comment that more later. I've shown a spice and oils container. I've recently put one of these in my own house. I'll show you some pictures of that. It looks great, it's really useful. What else have we got? Yes, standard through shelves. Now we're not splitting things up. A much simpler, straightforward assembly of shelves here, and I've got the lipped shelves, the shelves with the upstand and divides, over on the far right. If my models are going to work, I'm now going to switch to concept 3, and yes, that model does look okay. So what's different about this? At a glance, not very much, except that I've got rid of the gliding components and I'm now showing Elfa's standard storage towers. Now the gliding baskets are limited to 7 kilograms per drawer. I'm not sure what the plan to use drawer functionality is in the pantry, but I think you could quickly get over 7 kilograms. These are a lot more robust, they're going to carry more weight. It's a very uncomplicated groove that the drawer slides in. There's no rollers or any sort of soft close mechanic or anything like that, which is what you get with the gliding basket. So that could be more appropriate to a pantry. Same comments about the position of the fridge. Splitting up the storage from a practical storage point of view, there's no gain there in my opinion. We can find storage to fill any gap you create, but I think you're going to get more useful storage by putting the fridge over to one side or the other. Spice rack again shown there. These baskets can be positioned anywhere, so your oils and vinegars and things go in here, and standard spice pots go in there. I'll show you a picture of one of these. Okay, I'm going to try and move on to concept 4 now. Okay, and same sort of thing, except that what I've done here is I've put the drawer towers, the basket towers, to the left and to the right, and then they support the worktop here, and we will find some use for the space underneath. That could be basket shelves as I've shown here, or it could be flat, moisture resistant, white faced and edged melamine like I've shown at the top. There are things we could do with these walls, and if you didn't like the spice rack, I mean there is actually room to get 2 of those along that wall, one there, one there, but also you've probably got just about enough depth in that room for some very shallow plain shelves up that wall, worth considering. And finally, yes, just to repeat, if the fridge isn't hinged on the left, if the fridge is hinged on the right, I suspect you're going to get trouble opening the door past that point. I mean, we can model that more accurately and get a definitive answer on that, but if the fridge is hinged on the right and we can't open the door in this position, it needs to be over on the right hand side of the room. Okay, that's everything, and I shall crack on with the wardrobe.